Failure is so important. I tell people you're not going to learn from wins, you're going to learn from losses. Every time you lose, you're going to learn something. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. So get up, take this, keep going, plan, prepare, and be ready to go the next day. Don't be afraid to go through your journey. It's not about the destination, it's the journey. And so when you riding and you on that journey, it's like with your business. Don't get caught up because it's not going good today. If I want to make change, then I have to change myself. A lot of people want to be happy, but they're looking for other people to make them happy. No, happiness starts within, and change starts within too.
I always say, if you're not grateful for what you have right now, you won't appreciate more of it either. Give a huge apex welcome and round of applause to Master P. Percy Miller! We are in the presence of greatness, y'all. Take that in for a minute. I love it, man. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It really does mean a lot to us that you would take the time to come here tonight away from your family and your business, so I greatly appreciate that. So, you know, we were talking backstage and you were already giving us a bunch of wisdom, but I think a lot of people here are going to be that first generation money like you. Yeah. And there's a lot of lessons that you have to learn when you're that first generation about the people that you spend some time with. So if you were to give some wisdom about bringing the right people with you along the way, because you've been with Snoop here for what, 30, 40 years at this point?
30 years. Me and Snoop, we created a business. We come from hip hop, and a lot of people didn't think that hip hop would be around this long. This is 50 years of hip hop now. Yep. And to be able to still be here and to be here with the fans and the people that are growing, watching us evolve, is nothing but love. Today gonna be about love, and I think not being afraid to change and grow and put God first. For me, I was able
Amen.
to put God
That's what I'm saying.
Because I want to tell y'all, without God, I wouldn't be here.
Amen.
So, you know, I know everybody think that is about money. What we was talking about backstage was don't do nothing for money. Do it because you love it and you're passionate about it, and the money will come. So I was a kid that grew up in poverty, never had anything. You could be angry and be upset at other people, but take accountability. If you want to change your life, get out there and you go do something about it. Don't sit around and wait for somebody else to do something for you. We talked about having people, the right people around you. I want people that's going to push me. I don't want people that's going to hang with me or chill with me. I want people going to push me, and I'm going to push them. We're not just going to run together no more. We're going to go chase our dreams and our goals. There's a lot that's out there, but what do you really want out of life? And so I started realizing, growing up in poverty, I lived with my grandparents, and my grandparents had 12 kids. So I slept on the floor my whole life till I got to college. So I want y'all to know that education is so important. And that's what today is going to be about, educating, giving our people the plan, the blueprint to go out there and chase them dreams and them goals, because it's out there. I don't care whether you're washing cars, it's your first business, you with a corporation, because everybody can't be a boss. Y'all know that everybody want to be a boss, but everybody can't be a boss. You need some workers. Everybody needs to play their role in business and life, and it's like having a family. You have to play your role. And so for me, being able to be around people that appreciate me and I appreciate them, you also have to cut people off. So some people I had to cut off, whether it's family members, friends, or whatever, that not supposed to go on that journey with you. Because this is a journey. And when you start a business and you start thinking about figuring out how you want to change your life, you want to come out of poverty, or you just want to make a better life, because, you know, we talked about this earlier too, about, you know, some people do a lot of comparison with other people. Like you say, oh, well, you got a Toyota, and somebody else might have a Mercedes, somebody else might have a Rolls Royce. You don't need to have a Rolls Royce because somebody else have one. You don't need to have a private plane because somebody else have one. I told him, I said, man, look, I fly regular. I don't need a private plane. I can, if I need to go somewhere, I could call a private plane. But my life, when you have God in your life, It's not about what we have material on this earth because we can't take it with us. And for me, it's bigger than money. The way we evaluate wealth is what you do with what you have, not what you have, and what you give. Because my thing is, I'm like every other kid that come out of poverty. My whole goal was what motivated me. I wanted to buy my grandmother a house. I wanted to buy my mom a house, even before I had anything. So you got to have something that's going to motivate you to get out there and go chase them dreams and them goals. So for me, it was my grandmother. I wanted to see her with something nice. So I worked hard. I put the work in. And if you see what my shirt said, the key to success is never giving up, education, and be able to recover from failure. Because everybody want to be successful, but people don't think they're going to fail. You're going to fail so many times to where you're going to want to give up, you're going to want to quit, but you can't if you love what you're doing. That's why I say successful people are passionate. We don't work for money. We work for ideas. We create ideas. That's where the wealth is built, in ideas. It's not about how much money you're going to make. I never go into a business deal saying, oh, I'm going to make $10 million. 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to make anything.
That's true.
But if you go in there with the love and the passion, you will be successful. Because the idea is going to keep you going. It's the journey. For me, it's not about the money. I love what I'm doing. When we talked about these cereal, I got into this business because for me to get in the business, I always find a problem. So when I found a problem, I said, this is not a white or black thing. It's so many different kind of people in here. This is just like saying, if we got all these thousands of product on the shelves, the problem for me was it was no African-American owned products on these shelves. So I need to do something about that. Now, people in my company, it's diverse. I just love good people. So, and for me, I told Snoop, I said, we can't create another celebrity brand. We have to create a family brand. And that's where this Brodus Foods come from. That's Snoop's last name, and we creating a family brand. And two brothers come from hip-hop. It's nothing but God that we able to do this because it's tough to get product into these stores and on these shelves. But salute to Post for believing in diversity and giving us nationwide distribution with this product. So when you work hard and do the right thing, God will keep blessing you.
Absolutely, 100%. It's amazing what God's done in my life, too.
Yeah.
You know, you've changed a lot.
Yeah.
You know, since we grew up listening to you, to who you are now, you've grown, you've evolved. Yeah. Was there a significant point in your life or your career where you said, I've got to be a better person to go where I'm going?
Well, you know what? Integrity is doing the right thing when nobody's looking. As I grew and as I evolved, I started realizing I'm not in a project no more. I live in a mansion. I started changing as a person. I started educating myself. I'm still educating myself. I'm still learning as a parent what to do and what not to do. But I'm still growing. And I don't mind growing, and I'm seeking knowledge and information. When I started reading the Bible, I said, I don't want to be like the Israelites. I don't want to run around for 40 years knowing that I'm afraid of the giants. I'm scared to go in and chase my dreams and my goals because I'm afraid of the giants, which the giants were nothing but shadows. So when you have that education and you have that knowledge and information, you're supposed to change. People call me a square now. I said, well, I'm a rich square. You know, like you could throw names and call people this and say this. We supposed to grow up. Yes. I shouldn't be the same person I was 20 years ago.
Amen.
So I'm evolving as a man, and I don't mind turning into who I need to turn into, because I told you my goals is to change and save more lives. It's not about making money. I want to build future leaders. So I have to do this through education, and I have to change as a person. I have to be a better person if I'm going to help other people. And so that's what I'm doing right now, y'all. I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm evolving, but I'm still on my hustle because I love business. I love being an entrepreneur. I love giving back. I got to be successful if I'm going to give back. So I got to do other things, but I also have to grow with my brand. I got to grow with what I believe in, And if I want to make change, then I have to change myself. So a lot of people want to be happy, but they're looking for other people to make them happy. No, happiness starts within, and change starts within too.
I always say if you're not grateful for what you have right now, you won't appreciate more of it either.
Man, let me tell y'all something, right? The man with no shoes was unhappy till he seen the man with no feet. So you sitting around worried about, man, my shoes don't look right, or I don't know. That man don't have no feet. Be grateful and thankful for whatever you have, because when you walk out that door, you might not come back. That's why you got to tell people you love them when they walk out that door. You know, we get caught up into what we don't have instead of appreciating what we do have. And so that's the page I'm on in my life right now. I'm like, you know what? Appreciate what you have. And anyway, God is testing you to see what you do with a little before he give you a lot. So imagine I grew up in a project. I never had nothing, but I still had my integrity. I still could be nice and courteous to people. But as I evolved and got better, because some people with money, they changed and it turned into monsters. You know, they look down on people. I don't do that. You got to be humble, hungry, and doing the right thing, no matter you have $5 or have $100 million. It don't matter. And that's why I say integrity. I don't want to do business with people that don't have integrity. I don't want to do business with people that don't believe in the values that I believe in. I don't want to be in a room with people like that. I just want to be around good people. It's not a white, black, Asian, or Latino thing. I just want to be around good people. And so I think that's where my life is evolving. And so if you ain't on that page, then you can't do business with me. I don't even want to do business with you. I mean, all money ain't good money. Keep your money. You know, that's what I tell men, keep your money. I don't need it. So.
You know, I always say about integrity, it's convenient for a lot of people, but there's a camera in the church count room. You know, a lot of people say they got integrity. It's hard to sniff that out, you know, of who really does. Like, obviously you do. That's how you last. By the way, integrity is a power move. That's how you stay relevant for 35 years in an industry. That's how you stay relevant for a long time in your business, is with integrity. It's not shortcuts.
Well, the thing about integrity, you're not looking to get no trophy or no award from nobody. That's going to come from God. You might not even get what you think that, oh, well, I helped this person, they should help me. I done helped thousands of people that never came back. But I'm not looking for nothing from them. So when you have integrity, I say it's doing the right thing when nobody's looking. And so the only person that you need to be getting a reward from is from God when you get to heaven, because none of this other stuff don't matter. And so if you could live on that, knowing that I'm genuinely just going to help somebody because I want to help them. And now growing that I see, I'm like, I want to help good people. I want to help. You don't have to have money. I want to help people that has the mind frame to go and help somebody else. So when I'm in these schools helping these kids, I told you, I'm focusing on the next generation. I'm not focusing on the older people. I'm focusing on the next generation, because when you start with these young minds, my whole life is built on creating future leaders. So, because think about it, I have a brother dead, I have a brother incarcerated. You are not gonna put me in a box because of what my family is or did or whatever. You know what, I'm gonna be judged by my own sins. And I say, none of us are perfect. I said that even every day go on, we're gonna continue to sin. But what I realized, how am I gonna sin less? So that's my goal, is to sin less. And so I don't worry about what somebody else is doing, or like you said, or worry about who have integrity or who don't. That ain't my business. If I go in a church right now and give my money to a church and the preacher do something wrong, like, God know that I'm giving this out my heart to do the right thing. So if that person doing the wrong thing with it, they're going to be judged by that. Same thing in business. You're not going to survive this long in business unless you're doing the right thing. And so that's why I've been blessed for so long to be able to create the business that I have created. And I'm thankful. So I don't look out the door and say, oh, well, what this guy got over here, what kind of house he got, or what kind of car. Man, bro, I could ride in a Toyota, I could ride in a Rolls Royce, it don't matter. I could still be happy. You could take all this away from me and I'll start over again.
And that's
rebuild.
real power.
Yeah, because think about it. I didn't get in it for that. I told you I got into this for the journey. So if you're in it for the journey, you don't mind starting over and rebuilding. I could rebuild 9, 10 times. I'm like instant grits. I'm going to make some money, just add water.
You've had to rebuild it a few times over the years, I'm sure. Nobody has a flawless record for 30 years.
Let me tell you something. I fell off the horse so many times, but God kept picking me back up. And I needed that because I also needed to get rid of some people around me that wasn't right, that God didn't want to go on that journey with me, the next journey. Because if y'all thought the music thing was something, that's nothing. And I made hundreds of millions of dollars. That's nothing. But God said, I don't need these people to go on this next journey with you. Because now I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing God's work. And so the journey I'm on now is being a servant. So it's not about my business. I tell people all the time, oh, I'm not self-made, I'm God-made.
We all are.
Yep.
So in the music industry and how you got your start, you did something totally different than anybody else. Everybody had to say you're crazy, you don't look like the dudes in the boardroom, you don't talk like the other people. Yeah. Everybody's telling you you're out of your mind, crazy, probably go get a job, P, go do this. How do you escape that and beat the naysayers and stick to a dream like that?
For me, I don't let it worry me. Even the haters, the only way you could beat that is with success. So sometimes you just gotta be quiet. And even when you're on the ground, sit down there a little while before you get up. Before you get up, think about what you're gonna do and have a plan. Because I tell people all the time, if you don't have no plan, you plan in the field. So when they saying all this stuff, oh, you country, you ain't gonna make it, or you're not educated enough, I'm laughing at them because they don't know. They don't know the time you done put into something. They don't need to know. So it's like vision, right? The Bible says you got to be crazy to have the vision that you have. People are not going to see it. You don't want people to see it. If somebody, you say, I'm going to build this type of house, I'm going to put on it, they're like, oh, yeah, sure you are. But if you showed it to them, then they're like, oh, once you make it. That's just like right now with these cereal. If people say that we can compete with Kellogg's 10 years ago, say that'll never happen. 2 guys come from hip-hop that's going to create a breakfast food brand. And they're going to be the kings of breakfast food. That ain't about to happen. I mean, I can have people around me saying, well, how you going to do that? How you going to compete with Kellogg? I'm going to start. Kellogg started from somewhere. So people don't realize Kellogg started, then Post came, then all these other companies came. How come we can't do it? People started out the garage. Nike failed so many times before they got their shoe company big the way it is. Everybody wants to just sell millions. I'm saying, no, sell 5 or 10 first. Start from the bottom and grow. It don't happen. Who want overnight success? People always say, I'm going to go hit a lick. How long a lick going to last? A lick don't last. But if you really sacrifice and believe in something, you'll be able to hold on to it a long time and do it the right way. And so that's the page we got to get on as people. We just want to get out there and make it quick because, we say, oh, I want to take this pain away. I want to get all my bills paid. I want to be able to send my kids to all these schools. You know what? You got to crawl before you walk. So don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged if your business is not where you think it should be. But if you're doing everything you need, because I tell y'all one thing that I realized, consistency is another key to success. So people ask me all the time and say, P, well, how come you're successful? Because I'm doing something every day to get to that dream and that goal, even if somebody don't see it. So, like, if you're in the gym working out, you're going to be able to get to those dreams and goals. But if you're not, you can't fake this. You can't fake business. You can't fake. They got people that they only want to come when something going good. Like, you're not going to be around me. I tell people all the time, you are not coming to the party if you didn't come to set it up.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And you don't get a to-go plate either.
You can't eat at this party. If you wasn't in there with us when we had nothing, we were struggling and working hard, you are not going to party with us. You're not going to be on this team if you don't put no work in. So don't be afraid when people don't believe in your dreams and your goals and can't see it. I laugh at them because you're not supposed to see my vision. This is bigger than you. It ain't vision if they could see it. People gonna tell us, man, how you gonna, they told me when I got in music, well, how you gonna make music? I mean, how other people make it? I'm gonna own the company. You gonna own the company? I said, yes, sir, I'm gonna own the company. Well, you're from the South. People from the West Coast and the East Coast, that's where the big records made at. I said, well, I'll go there and get it made then. Oh, I can't believe that. You gonna go to the East Coast or the West Coast and make a record? I said, yes, sir. And I did it. So when you really have trust and faith in your dreams, I tell people all the time, guarantee success when you never give up. Just never give up. That's the key, because people say, I'm gonna hit a home run or I'm gonna strike out. If you never swing at the ball, you don't know what's gonna happen. So a lot of us are afraid. We're afraid to take chance and take risks. People say the higher the risk, the higher the reward. But if you scared and you like, oh, well, I don't think this could happen for me, it's not gonna happen. Let's be honest, you just talk yourself out of doing something incredible. Everybody out here probably have a business that you know one day is gonna be bigger than what you can imagine. But if you stop and quit, you're gonna live in regret. There's gonna be some people in here gonna live in regret that's gonna say, I wish I just would have kept going. And I watch people all the time, they tell me, well, P, you made it, you a country boy, you know, this person went to Wall Street and did all that, but why they not successful? Don't compare me to what other people are doing. If you got a dream and a vision, go chase it. I don't care what nobody say, tell you you can't make it. Chase that dream and that goal. And so the crazy thing about it, right? If people follow me in hip hop, not follow me in what we doing. We doing something special now. We grew, we evolved. This is bigger than, this is gonna be around when we're not around. And that's what I told Snoop. I say, building this family brand will be around when we're not around, but guess what the mission is? To feed more families. We tackling homelessness. We trying to make sure underprivileged kids eat all over the world. I keep telling y'all, this is not a black or white thing. This is a people's thing. We're making cereal, we're making breakfast food for all people. It's not just black people. My thing is the diversity thing come into where it's no black owners of companies like this. So I see I wanna add some diversity into these grocery stores and change that narrative to where now you say, okay, you might have this culture got this product. You got this other culture have this. Now you got some black guys that have cereal in these companies. You know, because we could give this money back, because we talk about crime because nobody don't have nothing, right? People living in poverty, so they doing all these things and they panicking. But what if you able to feed some of these kids and educate them earlier? And so that's my thing, is I'm focusing on early childhood education, because I wish I had that proper education just to start at the beginning, that early start to where people believed in me and say, look, you could go out there and make it as a young person. And we don't get that. We don't have that. A lot of people hate. So I mean, every last one of y'all got a business. It's somebody, I don't care if it's a family member or a friend, probably tell y'all that ain't gonna work.
Yep, all the time.
Why are you gonna do that? You might as well just come on to go to the club with us, and let's go on a vacation. I'm like, a vacation? I'm about to build a business. What I need to go on a vacation for? You want me to go spend some money? I'm trying to make some money. I'm trying to create some opportunities. So that mindset have to change. We talk about masterminding. We have to be able to stay focused. And we talked about this. The one thing that I realized that McDonald's built that we could have in every one of our business is consistency. Because I used to think McDonald's was selling burgers, French fries. And I learned in school, I say, no, McDonald's is selling consistency. That's why they're so successful. That's why they're the #1 food franchise in the world, of consistency. Because that McDonald's, Big Mac tastes the same everywhere you go. I don't care where you go. You go overseas, international, that Big Mac tastes the same. And we got to do that the same thing with our business. Keep giving good business, giving good service. The consistency is what's going to grow the business.
So that first business, they say you're crazy. You sound country, all this.
Yeah.
What's the next business they told you were crazy that you started? You've been told more than once that the shit wasn't going to work.
Man, you know what? They call me crazy all the time. But you know what? I don't feed into it. It's not what you think about me. It's how I react to it. And so that's what I let them words bounce off of me.
You always been that way?
I've always been that way. I'm blessed. I'm thankful that I never got caught up into what somebody say. I mean, it's kind of motivate me when somebody tell me I can't do something or call me out my name. I'm like, okay, I got to show this person. I got to get out here and show them that they tripping. I got to show them that they wrong. So it kind of like fueled the fire for me for success. So I don't get caught up into it. And I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the haters. Because the haters motivate me. Without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at. Because that make me run. I get up, oh, they hating on me? Let me get out here and do something else now. Let me get out here and create another business. Let me get out here and build something else. So, I mean, you need that. You need people to not believe in you. You have to believe in you. And it starts with you. And I just think that stop worrying about what people think or what people say. I mean, is it relevant to me what somebody say? Like, I know, when you know who God is, like, you're not going to worry about what somebody say. For real. Like, I don't.
I love that about you, man, that you really, you're a man of faith. And you know, a lot of people think if you talk a certain way or use a certain language that you can't love God too. But God is judging your character more than your words, I believe, you know, and you obviously talk well. I cuss a lot, and some of us, but there was a guy this morning, he probably dropped 400 F-bombs, but he was referencing God it was godly stuff he's saying, and a lot of people, they get conflicted in that. So I just appreciate your genuineness in giving God the glory, because it truly does all come.
I'm telling you, man, I come out the project. If it wasn't for that man, I wouldn't be here. So we in a spiritual warfare. People don't want, you got families turning against each other. We killing each other. We don't want to see each other with nothing. But like I said, God know what He's doing. Even when somebody hate on you or say something, like they say, God will take, it's not God to take it away. Even if you lost something, He'll give it back to you tenfold if you do the right thing. And so when you bless other people, blessings will keep coming. And my thing is, I think what I want people to know about me, that this journey I'm on now is bigger than me, because at first I just wanted to make it. When I told you I started, I wanted to just buy my grandmother a house. Now I put God first in my business. I got the best partner. So that's my partner. So I know what I'm doing this for. So it's different. Like I don't have to worry about somebody say, well, P, you believe in God. Even if somebody don't believe in God, I'm gonna try to get them closer. Because none of us is perfect. I'm just like, okay, they might say, well, why you believe in God? Because all the things that I've been through, and He done pulled me out of it. A lot of people didn't make it. I know a lot of people wish they could be where I'm at right now. And they was way smarter than me. But they did the things for the wrong reason. I think what God know about all of us in here today, He know your heart. So you don't have to worry about what somebody else think or say about you.
Remember what I said earlier about Joseph, you know, the world meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. Those struggles you go through, God's doing that to make you stronger, wiser, and more experienced. Never forget that, you know. So a lot changed in your life, and you go from a millionaire to, you know, you may be, and you don't have to tell everybody here, but you may be a billionaire, maybe more, you know. So what's the difference in that mindset from like 1 million to 10 million to 100 million? Plus, there had to be some milestones that had to change who you are in order to have that value in the marketplace.
I'm going to tell y'all something. Never change as a person if you're on the right path. So moving forward, nothing changed. Nothing changed but me. I need to get better. I got to think now. I've got more people to take care of. So that's what happened for me. I'm able to build my business bigger. But now, instead of looking out for 5 or 10 people, I got to look out for 1,000 people. So I have to keep growing to know that now I'm dealing with all these different emotions. Some people in my company I got to be able to talk nice to. Some people I got to pull to the side. Some people I got to give tough love to. And same thing with a family. it as you grow and get bigger and evolve, you have to know who's on your team. And so for me, nothing changed with me because I realized I can't take this with us. We can't take none of this with us. So once I figured that part out, everything else got easy. No matter how much I grow my business, no matter how much money I make, I still got to maintain my integrity. And that's the most important thing. And I think other people know when you be kind and courteous to people around you, no matter if you got $10 or you got $1 million. I think that's what people change. Oh, I got this money now, I'm going to look down on everybody. But guess what? In business, life go like this here, up and down, seesaw. So all them people that you talk crazy to while you up, what you think going to happen when you down? And so for me, that seesaw, God always blessed me because it's like, you know what? I've been doing the right thing, so something going to come from somewhere. And I think a lot of people don't get that because they change. They change for the money. I feel like money just brings out who you really are. So
It's a magnifier.
it is. It's a magnifier. Some people say, oh, well, he changed. No, he been doing that. Yeah. He just got more money now. So think about he an a-hole with money. He was an a-hole broke. Yeah. So I just think when you keep growing and trying to get to be better as a person, I'm saying, I think that's when it all will click in. I heard you was talking about earlier, like, you know, when you're 20 years old, you think one way, you just want to get some money. Then you're 30 years old, you're like, okay, I'm trying to figure it out now. Then you're 40 years old, you're like, oh, okay, this is getting serious. At 50 years old, you're like, okay, I got the plan. Let me get out here, and now I'm going to make sure that now I'm not just thinking about me, I'm thinking about the other people around me too. And so that's just the mindset that I'm in. I don't mind growing. I don't mind not knowing everything because I don't know everything. And so I think most people be like, they're in their business, I need to know everything, how this is going to go. No, I don't need to know everything. I just need to keep growing, keep evolving, keep getting better, and keep working. So they say work without faith is dead. That will motivate me. I know I got to put the work in, and I got to believe in that man.
So you've obviously got a big crown to wear, a big burden to carry for everybody. What's that like every day? How many employees do you have?
I have a lot. I have so many business.
Thousands.
Yeah. So, but the crown for me, because it's not about me. So let me tell y'all something. The most important thing that I realized, right? I'm not successful until I can create other successful millionaires. I don't want to be the only one sitting on the throne. Yep. Think about it.
Lonely up there.
People always say it's lonely at the top because you ain't creating no other people to go up there with you.
Amen.
That means you selfish. Think about it. I'm not a selfish person. My happiness comes from, I created that millionaire, I created that millionaire, created that millionaire, I created that one over there, that one over here, that one over there. And it's like, that was excite me. Knowing that it's not just me. Same thing I'm doing with this product. I don't want to be the only black-owned company with product in the grocery store. I'm saying I want to kick the door open for Latinos, blacks, Asians, whites. I want to kick that door open for people that's starting small and say, I could build a giant business and could create and also compete with these big brands. And it starts from out the garage. All these major companies started out of the garage, but the thing what I see that we don't think, in our mind, we think selfish. We think traditional. You got to get out of that traditional thinking. Even doing business tradition, you guys talked earlier about the internet, digital. You got to I don't care what kind of business you have, you got to be able to take it to the internet now. You got to be able to compete in that digital world with your business and your brand. So we got to think outside the box. And I feel like the reason why I'm so successful because I done created so many other successful people. And now I know with what I'm doing now, I'm going to create even more. Because like I told you, when you look at these Fortune 500 companies, African Americans and Latinos only make up 0.1%. So that's my mission, to change that, to show other people out there how we can build these big brands, but we have to put the work in. It's not going to be easy. So think about it. I realized one thing, if my product go on these shelves, that means I got to take somebody out. So I really have to have my stuff together. I really have to have my team together. And so it can't just be about me. It got to be about the whole team, the whole company that I'm building. Everybody got to be happy. And that's what I love about what Bill Gates did. So that's why I said about working for money. Most of us work for money. Bill Gates built a group of people that even when he didn't have the money, they believed in the mission. And so they sacrificed their time to get paid later. And so that's what we got to do as companies. When we grow in these smaller companies, some people have to sacrifice that time, and then it's going to turn into money. But if you never make no sacrifices, then how you expect to get paid if the company don't have no money? So most people just want their money. And I had people like that. I'm saying, okay, well, you want your money, I'm going to give you your money. But the big picture, you're not going to be a part of it. So if you just want to work, be honest. You're not a boss if you just came to work. You can't say I'm a boss, but I'm a worker. No, you a worker. Because a boss is going to make sacrifice. Even with this, how many people could say that you're not going to get paid but twice a year? So when you're putting out product like this, we only get paid twice a year. Most people going to quit like, oh, well, we only get paid twice a year. I can't do that. Are you willing to make those type of sacrifices? Everybody not willing to do that. So everybody not willing to be the boss. So you got to play your role. And that's when we building these small companies, don't be afraid to play your role. That's the key to success, playing your role. Everybody can't be the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver. Some people got to get on that line. We need field goal kickers. You need offensive players. You need defensive players. Don't be afraid to play your role. And so this one thing I want to tell people. If you don't like what the boss is doing, go start your own company.
Yeah.
That's it.
Not me.
That's what I did.
Yep, same here.
I don't like the way the boss is doing what he's doing. I'm going to start my own company.
Yep. Worked out pretty well for you. So, these cereal, that's where you start. You plan on having a whole food line? Like, what's the long-term play there?
Kings of breakfast food. So oatmeal coming next, grits, granola. We're getting better. So think about this, right? People was telling me, so y'all see this say sweetened multigrain cereal, right? We also got healthy alternatives, but we going after what's already selling in the stores already. So people have to let us get this product out, get on shelves, and then grow and get better. And create other products for like Whole Foods for the people that want healthier alternatives. I mean, that's just business. And so keep growing. That's the page we're on right now. Let's get in. Let's get some product on these shelves, and then let's grow. And now let's create even healthier products for other people that want healthier cereal. But we also have oatmeal. So oatmeal is next for us. So to be able to have that and compete on the shelves with that. Because when you look at, right, I say I always find a problem. The problem was that I found was when you look at Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben, I thought that black people owned those products. And they didn't. I grew up thinking that. My grandmother make me go to the store, baby, go buy that Aunt Jemima and Uncle Ben. And when I grew up, I said, I thought Aunt Jemima was the first black millionaire.
So did I.
And when I started doing my research and started finding that out, I'm like, wow. So we have to change that. I feel like it's enough for everybody. So when you look at in these audience, you got a diverse group of people. So what if it only was one way? Then none of us could be successful. That's why diversity is so important now that we fight for that. And it's not like who's better, anybody less than anybody. No, it's like we're in a challenging moment to be able to, if we create more opportunity, then we could get rid of a lot of the crime and the stigma that's out there in the world. Because people are panicking. So now we could give more jobs and create brands and stuff like this. Now we could give other people more jobs and opportunities. And that's the main thing for me. And I feel like it's enough out there for all of us. You know, I don't think it should just be one way. I think that it's enough for all of us. Everybody in this room that have their own business, they thinking that it's so many opportunities now. Like we all can eat. It shouldn't just be one person. That's where I fight for diversity, to say that we're creating product for everybody. But we're getting a little seat at the table to do something amazing and be able to give back and make a difference.
That's awesome, man. You know, yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, round of applause. I gotta say this, and maybe you already thought of this, or maybe I'm off a little bit, but when I was a kid, and still as an adult, when I eat cereal, I read the back of the box.
Yeah.
You're heavy on education and wanting to teach kids. You could really use the back to tell stories and stuff to people to get your message across, you know?
And that's what I do. I mean,
yeah, see, they give a compliment. And
yeah, you see all that. It's like I want kids to think at an early age, positive thoughts.
Yeah.
And that's what this is about. And I think that's what I've been able to create with this brand. I created this character, Captain Ace. And this could be a cartoon, could be a movie.
Yep.
We're just thinking outside the box, because when you look at Mickey Mouse, that was just a mouse back in the day.
Started off.
And now it's Walt Disney.
Yeah.
And so we have the same dreams and goals with our products and our brand. But I want to be able to educate these kids while they're eating these cereals. So I also built a curriculum with this, Captain Ace, to where, you know, I'm teaching kids through music, fun learning, and education at the same time. So it's going to be hip-hop and education with these characters at the same time. So it's a blessing to be able to now have a curriculum with our products and brands.
Where do you move the curriculum at? Where do they get access to that at?
So right now, we're doing it online, but this summer, we're doing all these summer camps, and then it'll be after-school programs when schools start back.
As I was thinking, the marketer in me thinks, man, you could put a QR code, kids watch their iPhones. Oh, so you got it on that one.
That is right there. Come on, man.
Perfect. I love it, man. I love it. The marketer in me couldn't help but try to look for it, so I dig it. So the thought process of the next level for you, you have to constantly think bigger. It's like we're in food, we're in music, we're in all these old school, huge industries, and we're doing good, we're running our lane. How do you continue to think bigger? How do you make sure you don't reach that ceiling?
You don't reach a ceiling if the mission is bigger than you. I want to be able to feed kids internationally, too. So I got to keep getting out and work. Like we said, I mean, I'm in the shoe business. That's Manyatis. These are my shoes. It said Manyati, motivating oneself, encourage you actively to think independently.
I like it. I like it. Apparel, music. You're challenging all the big dogs, man. You got good security? I seen them. They came in with you.
I got gold.
Yeah. Hey, that's good security. I love it. I love it. So, you're a family man.
Yeah.
You know, you got a big family. You said you grew up with 12 people in your house. You got to take care of your family now. How do you position yourself as the loving leader, but also the boss of the family?
Just keep doing the right thing. Leading by example. Like I told you, nobody's perfect. No family is perfect. We all go through ups and downs. Just keep growing every day, not being afraid to learn. If you're gonna be the boss, you also, if you have a family, then you have to play your role in that household. So I think just keep educating myself. That's the most important thing with me. I keep seeking knowledge and information. Wisdom is the key. A lot of people pray for money, pray for wisdom. That's what I pray for.
It's a biblical principle. You know, the first billionaire that I ever met is the guy that invented the total gym, you know, with Chuck Norris and stuff. And he was at a seminar, and I heard him speak, and he said that King Solomon, that wrote Proverbs, which is where that principle comes from, seek wisdom first. King Solomon was offered by God anything he wanted. He didn't ask for money or cars or none of that. He asked for wisdom. Yeah. And because of that, he became the richest man in history, or arguably the richest man in history.
I think still till the day.
Still to the day, yeah. Him or Massa Musa, right? One of the two, which they say may be the same person.
Well, but also, you got to look at Job, right? A lot of people, they get angry, get upset if things don't go their way. Job had everything taken away from him, and he never cursed God. He got up, and he got tenfold of what people thought, that he had everything. And so don't be afraid don't be afraid to go through your journey. When I get in that car, and say, you know what? It's not about the destination, it's the journey. And so when you riding and you on that journey, it's like with your business. Don't get caught up because it's not going good today. Failure is so important. I tell people, you're not going to learn from wins, you're going to learn from losses.
Yes, that's true.
Every time you lose, you're going to learn something. It's not a loss, it's a lesson. So get up, take this, keep going, plan, prepare, and be ready to go the next day. Because there's always a tomorrow. That rain going to go away, that sunshine going to come. So you get caught up because you're thinking, oh, this ain't going right. I don't believe this is my time. No, it's your time. Keep going. Tell people all the time, this race that you in, it's a marathon. It's not going to happen overnight. Are you prepared if it's not going to happen overnight? So that's why preparation is so important, because the thing about it, sometimes you got to just survive just to pay your bills. Survive to pay your bills and then grow. But don't use like, I'm just working, this all I want. Because also when you start speaking that negativity on yourself, a lot of people speak negativity. This ain't going to happen for me. I don't know why I got into this. Guess what? You should quit. Because you already done curse yourself from your dreams and your goals, because most people that the winners are going to win even when they lose. Winners going to realize that, you know what? Yeah, it's tough. It feel like I can't make it. I know I done said all these different times. In my mind, I thought of quitting, but I ain't saying it. Think about it. A winner ain't going to say I'm going to quit. They might think it because it get hard. It done got hard for me, so I want y'all to know I failed 700 times. So don't think that it's just my life just been easy.
Can't make $1 million without a couple L's, though.
But think about it. You can't make $1 million if you got to lose thousands first. Everybody won't make $1 million, but you got to lose thousands. You got to make thousands first before you get to that million. Before you even get to 1,000, you got to lose hundreds, make hundreds. That's why I tell people in real estate, start small. Why go buy a mansion and spend millions of dollars? Go buy your little $15,000 house and see how it works. Understand what's going on instead of, oh, I'm going to jump out there. I'm about to go buy this $500,000 house, but you never bought a $10,000 house. You got to know what you're doing. And my thing is, if you don't know what you're doing, get experts on your team. I don't have to be the smartest guy in the room. I'm looking for experts to put them on my team. I'm going to pay these experts the way I need to pay them, because they're going to make my team strong. If you look at all the great business people that run in these multi-million and billion-dollar companies, it might not be them. It's that other person that's in the room that know it all, know everything. And they depend on them people because they know more than them. If you're the smartest person on your team, go get you a new team. Amen. I don't want to be around people that just depending on me. You got to bring something to the table. You got to add some value to my business for me to pay you. So I might as well just pay myself. If I know more than you, what I need you for?
And if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You know, it's like you don't want to be the big fish in a small pond. You eventually run out of things to eat.
Then you don't want to be in a room with all these broke people. If you're the only one with money, you're going to get robbed or something. Think about it.
Yeah, you're right.
If you're in the business, you got all these people around you that don't have nothing. What you think going to happen?
They're going to get it from you somehow. They're going to try to, or at least going to try to get it from you.
So you might as well teach them and show them. You know, show them how to get that fish. You don't have to give it to them, teach them. The ones that want to learn, the ones that just wanted the easy way, then you got to get rid of them quick because they're going to mess your business up. I had family members, right? My grandmother got mad at me because I fired my uncle, which is her son. She said, babe, I need to talk to you. I said, what? You fired my son. I said, Big Mama, your son was messing my business up. I mean, this guy talked crazy to people. He didn't understand customer service, nothing. All he know, my nephew is rich. And I'm going to talk to you any kind of way and treat you any kind of way because my nephew is rich. That was the hardest thing I had to do because I love my uncle. But I had to get rid of him because he was messing my business up. And so I gave him some money to leave. I said, how much you need, Uncle? He said, nephew, if I had $100,000, you ain't got to worry. I said, here you go.
And now you don't worry no more. He was right.
But I would have spent millions on him. Yeah. All he had to do was follow the guidelines and have integrity. He ain't had it. Think about it. He wanted to be the boss, but he didn't even want to put the hours in I put in. He just want to talk down on people. So y'all all know people like that. Once you get a little success, they're like, man, we ain't made it yet. I had to tell my uncle. He said, man, you rich. I said, Uncle, I ain't made it yet. What you mean you ain't made it yet? You got a big old house. I said, Uncle, I haven't made it yet. How much is it going to cost for you to leave? He said, if I had $100,000 to go start my own thing, go do it. Ain't nothing he did has been successful.
I already knew that before you said that. I think the audience did too, you know. Speaking of that, keys to success, passion, integrity, preparation. What's the story behind this? This is your brand, your movement. What's the story behind it?
Yeah, I mean, I got to keep this on me. You know, this is what I live by. And courage, to have a passion to get up every day and go do what I need to do. And I think the power of the words is real. Yeah. So that's why I cover myself in it. But yeah, I love it. I want to be able to see that it motivates me, even in them dark times. Because you know, sometimes things don't go right. You like, okay, let me read my shirt. I'm ready to go. This is what I need right here. You know, because I'm times I be wanting, like when I put this cereal out, I don't know if y'all know the story. Kellogg's came at me, went after my trademark. And because this company, let me show y'all how the devil work, right? Me and Snoop blew this brand up. This company was called Snoop Loops at first. Kellogg said, oh, no. Take it off the shelf. You're not using it. I had spent millions of dollars. Yeah. And I could have got everything, packaging, all this stuff. I said, you know what? I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to feed my people. I went to all these underprivileged communities and gave millions away.
Good for you, man. That's awesome.
And look what God done blessed us with now. Because I started with one cereal, now I have 3. And like he said, when you do the right thing, he'll bless you tenfold. And I didn't give up. And so I needed that. I needed that courage to keep going, even knowing that I lost money. And I'm like, but guess what? It's a bigger picture. So that was a minor setback for a major comeback. Yeah. And so that's basically what it is right now. So I know sometime in your business, but let me tell you what I used the first company for. I used it for practice. I would have never got to be where I'm at if I didn't lose with that first company. And so this is going to be 10 times as bigger. And I salute Post for giving me national distribution. So Post came through and gave me national distribution, which I didn't have at first. So I'm in Walmart, Target, Kroger's, Amazon. Walmart. And it all started from failing with that first business of cereal that I had. And so me and Snoop together, we has built something that's incredible, but it started with failure. So we lost millions of dollars at first. So that's how God worked.
I'm going to say something prophetic over you. You can take it how you want to, but I got a feeling, Percy, that one day you're going to own Fruit Loops. That's going to be yours.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that for you. So how can we help you? You got a room full of successful people. You've contributed a ton of value to us tonight. How can we help you? How can we get behind your movement? How can we tap in or benefit or give or whatever we can do for you?
My thing, y'all, go to the stores, buy a product, and we're going to tackle homelessness together. My thing is to help tackle homelessness. So every time you buy one of these products, we giving back to these companies and foundations that is tackling homelessness. So it's all about creating future bosses.
I love it. I love it. We'll support you. In the Stewman household, we kicking the other shit out. We're going to eat this.
Yeah. Go to the stores, look for Snoop cereal, and buy it. Yeah. That's it. And we're gonna be doing this together. Because to me, my motto is the more we make, the more we give. Yeah. And so that's what this brand is about.
You know, I say we're here for not a seminar, but an economic revival. Yeah. We need that right now. Yeah. You know, and no disrespect to them, but the old companies, the Time Warners, the Post, the Kellogg's, they've had their part for a long time. It's time for some new people to step in. It's time for new kings to come to town. You know?
Yeah. No, that's what it's about. Nothing taken away from those guys. These are national companies. They built their brands on consistency. I'm just a little crack in the wall to be able to help my culture and my people. And also motivate them to let other people that has products that are minority-owned companies that are afraid to get their products out there. I'm saying, you know what, if I can do it, you can do it. So we just want to open that doors up to where now you got that diversity out there. So on those shelves, you got a Latino brand, you got a white brand, you got an Asian brand, you got a African-American brand. And I just feel like that's the unity. I mean, we done marched in the streets together. It's not a black or white thing no more. It's not an Asian or Latino thing. It's a people thing. We holding hands in the middle of the street, fighting for all these different causes. Let's build some economic empowerment together, and that's what this is about.
Get behind the right cause. Yeah. That's right. I love it, man. So, any parting words you want to leave us with? Some final wisdom that you wish people knew, or you want to say something to them?
So my thing is, just don't give up. Put your trust and faith in God and chase them dreams and goals, and don't let nobody tell you that you can't do nothing. Don't be afraid to network. That's one thing I want to let y'all know, that whenever you get in a room, network with people. Network, because you never know who you're going to meet down the line, that this person going this way, or this person running a bank, or this person doing these different things. Because I feel like we all can help each other. Yep. And so don't look down on people, and don't give up on yourself. I think whenever you're going through something challenging and something hard, it look like it's not going to happen. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's just God testing you to see how long you could last. You know, it might take 40 years. Think about it. The Israelites, it took them 40 years. They didn't get it. They were scared. I'm telling y'all, it's not going to take you that long. If you put the work in and you chase them dreams and goals every day, it's no limit to your success. Thank you, guys. I love y'all for being here. Put your ones up, because we all winners.
Thank you, P. I appreciate you, big dog.